Kianna coming at you today. And I am coming at you because I've been asked by many people to do a video on certain subjects. So the next series of videos will be on certain subjects that's going around, whether that is YouTube or just in general around the world. And if you have any requests, make sure you put it below in the comment section, and hopefully I'll be able to do a video on it. So I'm laying down right now, you guys, because I had to go to the hospital yet again, but it's all good. It's definitely all good. So you don't have to worry, you guys. It is just routine for me. And yeah, I just count it all joy. I guess that's why some things don't bother me, because I have experienced firsthand what really matters. And yeah, so in the big grand scheme of things, these little things really don't matter. They really don't. And that's why I still remain unshaken, and unstirred. Anyway, so this video, as you can see in the title, it is about Eddie Long. PASSA Eddie Long. Yeah, PASSA. Sound familiar, you guys? Put an M and replace that P with an M. That's a whole nother story and a whole nother video that I would be happy to touch base on. But just be prepared, because when I address that, I'm going all the way in. Yeah. So if you'd like to see that video, thumbs up this video, and that will let me know that that needs to be on my list of things to do, topics to talk about, and things to checkmate on. But yeah, this is the issue I have with PASSA Eddie Long. As we all know, he was accused of touching, molesting, and engaging in homosexual activity. And as we all know, he has been very vocal over the years about the how homosexuality does not need to be, not only in the church, but it is an abomination, and God frowns upon it. And of course, he's given plenty of biblical scriptures to back that up. But little did many know that he was in the hotel room slinging long dick all over the room with them boys. And I say boys because some of them actually were boys. So not only was he accused of being fraudulent, and the very same thing that he preached and frowned upon and gave scripture to back up his way of thinking, he not only was a liar, fraudulent, a hypocrite, but more importantly, he was a liar to himself and a liar to the Most High. And we all do things wrong, whether big or whether small. All sin is sin. Okay? And I'm saying these words, and I'm using these words because these are the words that he has pushed and peddled, and all of these years. And when I say I'm using these words, I'm using the words like sin and hypocrites and things like that. So we all do things wrong, and the judgment from the righteous judgment, we have to understand that, like I said, we all do things wrong, but if we're going by the same word that he preached, and we give a righteous judgment, again, using these words because these are the words in the Christian and Christianity that they use. Okay. So yes, it's a righteous judgment to say, that he was a hypocrite. But we also have to check ourselves, because yes, that's what he was doing, but what are you doing? And that's what you see rampant in the Christian faith and also in the Christian church. They like to talk about Keisha that had 2 or 3 babies out of wedlock. But meanwhile, just because they're 45 and 50 and 60 and they're done hopping on penises like it was just the armchairs, black armchairs, they just hopping on black penises like it's no end. That's what they used to do. But since they are now, older and they've been there and done that and enjoyed living in their sin, they crucify and they are very judgmental. Not a righteous judgment, because in the Christian church, even though it's supposed to be a righteous judgment, they don't judge in righteousness, and nor is there any love behind their judgment or their love of the person to give them a righteous correction. We all know that is very, very rare. Okay, so even though they've been there and done that and no longer are partaking in that, they ready to crucify and to whisper and hover over the phone 2 hours after church, and after they ate their chicken in the bottom of the church, they ready to talk 2 hours later on the phone half the night about Keisha that had all them babies. Meanwhile, their out of wedlock babies are grown. But that's a whole nother story. But I'm pretty sure y'all understand what I'm saying, and I'm pretty sure you all have heard these things going on. Okay, so even though we all have sinned, it's just the fact that I have an issue not with the fact that he sinned, and not with the issue of being a biblical hypocrite. That's not my job. I really don't have time to be worrying about his sin when I got my own to be worrying about. And also, I really don't have time to be putting somebody in a position. I'm not in a position to put somebody in hell, being that I'm not the leaseholder. So, but anyway, I have an issue, or I have an opinion on the fact that we all know that he obviously, visually, we can see that he is battling health issues. Going from a almost a professional bodybuilder, having the body of one at least. I don't know how much, and it took a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of discipline to have your body in that way, and then to go from looking like maybe a 45-year-old bodybuilder to a 72-year-old nursing home resident. That's a drastic change, physically. And of course, we've seen the video where he released talking about he is now quote unquote a vegan. He no longer stops at Popeyes and gets his 2-piece spicy. He made sure he emphasized with biscuits and honey. I'm not gonna lie, when he talked about the honey being on his biscuits, that was just a joke waiting to happen. And also, I don't know if you guys seen Lock Up before, but do y'all remember the Booty Bandit? Google that, or put it into the YouTube search engine, and you'll see where the Booty Bandit says that he likes his, excuse me for being vulgar, but this is just verbatim what he said. He likes his butt licked with honey or jam or jelly. So when he said that, I said, Lord have mercy, because that man talking about, of course, passed along. That's another joke too. But anyway, he made sure he talked about them honey on them biscuits, honey. Yes, he did. He wanted that honey on them biscuits. Yes. But anyway, I have an issue with him always, constantly lying. He's lying to his congregation. He's lying to those who love him. And I understand, because I've been there. When if he's lying to just society and as a whole, do what you need to do. But he's lying, and because people have been so judgmental and beat him down so much. If you want to lie to them, I'm being honest, okay, I get it. But to lie to the people that actually love him, his congregation, people who has held him up in prayer while he was going through his issues with um, civil manners and civil lawsuits and accusations, and you know the young boys, now grown men, coming out and saying what kind of relations they had with him, and tabloids being paid by these victims. I mean, these victims getting paid by these tabloids to tell their story and everything. These people that has held him up in prayer, he's lying to. Now it's been said that he came out with a statement saying that he is battling cancer. But I thought that you had that drastic weight loss from looking like a 45-year-old bodybuilder to a 72-year-old nursing home resident. You know, I thought that was because you gave up those, that Popeye's chicken spicy with the biscuits and the honey. I thought that was the reason that your appearance has changed so drastically. I thought you said that a couple of weeks before you issued this new statement of now you're battling stage 4, I heard cancer. Which one is it? I just need to know. I mean, I just want to know, because if you just say, okay, I got cancer, or I'm HIV positive, or now I have AIDS, or whatever it is, why do you lie constantly to not only to your own congregation, and of course, the blinded people that place these pastors on a pedestal as if they are the Most High himself? They're going to still back him with this. They're going to still back him with, oh, he didn't want to tell because it's none of nobody's business. Well, why is he telling that he's a vegan then, and giving an explanation for his drastic physical appearance, his changes of his physical appearance? Why did he decide to answer it all if it's nobody's business? So you can't use that. You can't use that. That cannot be the reason, because if he was saying it's nobody's business, or if you had that way of thinking, he wouldn't have addressed it at all. So let's stop saying and giving him a pass with lying yet again. Lying yet again. That's the issue. You know what I mean? Because if you're a lie, you steal. If you're steal, you may kill. So I just have an issue with you lying. I'm not having an issue with the sin itself, because we all fall short of his glory. Isn't that the word that he has practiced it? Well, proclaimed to have practiced? I'm not saying that the issue is with the sin itself. I'm saying I'm having an issue with his character, and also letting down yet again the same people that he proclaims to love and to be thankful for, the same people that has paid and continue to pay his medical bills. Because if you are paying tithes the way that these pastors define tithes, and not the biblical definition of tithing, then why is he still getting a pass for that? It reminds me of when the movie in Malcolm X movie, and Malcolm X was let down because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he had fathered children out of wedlock, and it was several. And he was still defending the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. He was still defending him even with his wife, causing them to have their first argument. And Malcolm X, his wife, Sister Betty Shabazz, she told him to stop being blind and remove the cloth in front of his eyes. And that caused him, Malcolm X that is, to investigate a little further to see if in fact it was a lie, that he did not father those children. to see if that was a lie. And he was so hurt and so devastated when he found out that he literally threw, I think he banged the desk and everything when he found out and had to tell his wife that he had found out. So when are these followers of Eddie Long going to take the wool off their eyes and still see that his character is to lie, cheat, and steal? And although I pray for him, just as a human being suffering, I worry about the people that he's going to live, that he's going to leave behind, that are still going to be here, confused, and a little jaded maybe towards pastors, and even maybe towards the Christian faith, because they define the Christian faith, instead of letting the word speak for itself and to seeking God and spirituality themselves, they let the definition of Christianity be attached with who he is and just let him define Christianity. So if he falls, then some people's faith will fall. So when he is gone and these followers far, outlive him, I worry about those people, their mindset, their soul, and their heart. Because it will be a heartbreaking situation for people that have believed in him and loved him. And not that, again, it's not that I'm saying the sin. I'm saying that he continued to go against the word that he has stood on, proclaimed, to stand on, and to teach, and to continue to live in that sin, or to continue to betray and to lie to the same people that love him. That's who I'm concerned with. That's who are going to be continuously affected. And that's my take on it. So I thank you all for watching. I thank you all for tuning in. And I love you all. I will talk to you guys later. Continue to be blessed.